Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at stab binding, all right? And I made a packet for you and we're going to go over this packet first. And then there will be a set of directions, both written directions that you'll find on your module and of course videos on how to construct and to sew your stab binding. Okay, so there are 3 or 4 things that are really important about this book. One, the cover, the way you put your book cloth on is going to be a little bit different than what you've done before. So I think that will be sort of fun. Your pages, your pages are going to have a piece of tape that connects them. Okay, so this is transparent tape. So when you're folding this page over, ding, do you see that? It lays flat. So do you know why this is important for you, especially if you are portfolio students? Because some people use this very book for their portfolio because what they want to do is they want to have a book that lays flat open. And that this tape technique allows your book to lay flat open. Okay. So we've got the cover and we've got the pages. We have the sewing. Okay, and I want you to be aware of the fact that I have little samples for you to sew. I've pre-cut different variations on the holes of stab binding, and I want you to practice with those. And then I have cut your final one, which is going to be a simpler one for you to do for your final book. Okay, so you have these component parts to work with as you're putting this book together. I think the structure is simpler than our prior book, but I think the sewing for some of you is going to take a minute. And so that will be a point where you want to watch and rewatch the videos. Okay, so first of all, let's look at what's in our package, and it's titled Stab. Okay, let me turn this down so you can see it. So in order to create these pages, what you're going to do is you're going to need to use your transparent tape. And I have given you a full new roll. Okay. In your packet, you should have both a text side and a spine side. And I think you can see how this will go together. You are going to tape this to this, all right? You will have string in order to practice on your different spines. So I've given you string to practice on your stab binding variations. But for the final book, I've given you ribbon, okay, decorative ribbon. And what's fun about that is it's a little bit more, it's a more predominant visual because it's thicker, and I like that. And you'll see samples of this when you look at the slide examples that I've given you, you'll see a lot done with ribbon, okay, and I like those. Of course, I've given you book cloth. There's going to be enough for 2 sides, so each cover, and you also have book cloth. Can I try again? You also have your decorative paper. And this decorative paper goes not only on the outside, but as you know, on the inside. Okay? So those are the elements that you have received in your stab binding packet. All right? And the first thing that we're going to do when we're starting this, I want you to set everything aside. And I want us to do the interior pages first, okay? And so what you're going to do is with this little text block that I've given you, you are going to take these pages and you are going to do what's called a French fold. And a French fold is where you fold the sheet in half, okay? And you're either going to use your finger or your bone in order to do this, okay? So that is one page in your book. But if you notice, you can see in between, right? And what's really fun as a designer about this design is you can, if this is your portfolio, for example, you can put a color you can print a color or a pattern on the interior of this page, right? And then as the individual turns the page, oh, do you see that? You can peek in between the two pages and see that pattern. And it makes it a really fun little kick of a visual, okay? So you are going to take your stack and you are going to fold it. By now, you can do it perfectly. You're going to fold that stack perfectly in half. And of course, you're not going to do that all at the same time. You are going to do that page by page, because if you did that all at the same time, remember, you would get creep, right? So that is what you're going to do. You will finish that stack, and then I'm going to show you how you tape your pages together. Okay, tape the page to your little spine. All right, so let's get going on your folding. All right, see you in a minute here.